Hello, everyone. Coach Applebach here. I just wanted to leave this message for everybody. Instead of sending an email, I thought this might be a better way to do this. We're going to be heading up to Sholo in just a few days. And so I have some information for families that are going to be participating in that. First, I will be attaching to this email a spreadsheet that has a packing list and then a daily itinerary for the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday that we're going to be up in Sholo. And then additionally, three other tabs that include the maps for where we're going to be doing our four different workouts, the four runs that we're going to be doing up there. We have Julianne Breinholt, who's hosting our group at their family cabin in Sholo. The address is in the sheet that I'll be sharing with you. Um, and she's fantastic. She's agreed to help with prepping the food and everything and hosting us. We're so incredibly grateful for her. She's making a big sacrifice to be able to set this all up for our athletes. She's Martin's mom, in case you aren't familiar with the team and some of the athletes on our team. And then also, Catherine Jones has done an awesome job of helping out with preparing a basically like a shopping list, planning meals with Julie Breinholt. And so I'm really super grateful to the two of them. Coach Jeanson will be joining me up at the camp. He'll be arriving on Tuesday morning because he has prior commitments for Mondays. He'll be joining us on Tuesday and will be there, of course, through Wednesday. So the most important thing that's part of this message is that the transportation situation is one that we have looked at lots of different options on how to get everyone to Sholo. And as of right now, we really have just one option remaining at this point. After kind of putting out a call for families that might be interested in driving up, I didn't get any responses on that. So I checked with our athletic department at Campo Verde High School, and it's within our reach to be able to have basically a meeting place at the cabin where our athletes will meet us there, similar to if we were doing a camp or a workout at in Tempe or in Mesa, and students would drive themselves to that location. So here's what that looks like in a practical sense. On Monday morning, 8:30 is when we're going to be meeting at Crossroads Park. I will be there with a district vehicle. I'm authorized to drive a district vehicle, which gives 8 seats, one for me, and then seven student athletes that are going to come along in my vehicle. We have 26 athletes that would like to attend. So that leaves something like 18 athletes that don't have a space in a school provided vehicle. So we're looking for responsible drivers, preferably seniors, that would use their own personal vehicle and can load their car with teammates that can drive up to the camp. Now, part of that would be we will be providing gasoline for the vehicles. So if those vehicles are at Crossroads Park with a full tank, then we can return to Crossroads Park with those vehicles having a full tank. And so that can be part of our process. Each athlete is paying in $75, and part of that is budgeted for fuel to get athletes up to the camp. So we should be fine within our budget there for multiple vehicles. And so athlete would show up with a full tank of gas. And then what we'll do is we'll pack into the fewest number of vehicles as possible. Ideally, that would be something in the ballpark of like four total, if possible. And then I'll be at the front of the group and I will be driving no faster than the speed limit. We're going to take the long route to Sholo. There's two ways to get there. One is slightly longer, about 15-minute longer drive. It passes through Payson, and the road conditions are much less treacherous. There's a faster route that goes up through Globe, and there's a very windy section of that road, which I just don't feel comfortable having student athletes drive with other athletes in their vehicles for a 15-minute savings. It's just not worth it to us. So we're going to take the long way up, the smooth way up. I'll be going the speed limit and no faster, and we'll have the other vehicles um, tucked in right behind me, and we'll caravan up there. And no vehicle will go ahead of mine, and I'll be going the speed limit, and we'll all stay together. And then we'll need to make probably one gasoline stop up in Sholo, and then we'll do another gasoline stop on the way back. We just need to make sure we have every athlete in a seatbelt in a vehicle that's driven by a responsible driver, and it needs to be going in line with me as like the lead driver and never any faster than the speed limit. So those are kind of the constraints that I feel comfortable with pursuing this option for getting student athletes up to Sholo. So, there may be some parents that would have an objection to that. And if that's the case, then I want to apologize. Looks like we may not be able to find a suitable solution. But if there are parents that feel comfortable with sending their athletes with a fellow student driver, assuming it's someone that you have a conversation with, you feel comfortable, you trust them. We have some very, very trustworthy athletes on our team, some juniors and seniors that I've known some of them since they were seventh graders in the junior high, and I feel a great sense of trust in them and their ability to be responsible behind the wheel. Um, and so, if you feel comfortable with that, what we'll need every attendee to sign a Transportation B form. The Transportation B form is essentially a waiver that says that you understand that the school district is not providing transportation for your athlete to the camp, and that you grant permission to for alternative form of transportation. So that would basically be something saying, I grant my child permission to ride with, whomever junior, senior, responsible student. And so that's the best way I think that we can do this is to get everyone into the fewest number of vehicles possible, caravan carefully, taking the safest route up there using personal vehicles. And then, of course, the fees for the camp would cover the cost of the fuel. So no student who volunteers to drive would need to pay for gas themselves. It will come from the uh, the budget that we have from the $75 that each athlete pays into the account. So that's kind of the biggest point of concern. I imagine there's probably some questions that some parents might have. We can take again 7 athletes with me driving the vehicle, the school issued van that I'll have, and so if you object to that, we can take the top 7 um, student athletes who registered according to like their uh, time-stamped registration form. Those 7 can come with me, but any athletes whose parents can grant them permission to ride with a friend or drive their own personal vehicle, that's kind of the way that we'll do that. So please reach out to me. My phone number is 602-448-8744. Let me know if your student athlete is able to drive their personal vehicle. That will be a huge relief to us if we can have that, or if you feel comfortable sending your athlete with another student driver, or if you feel comfortable sending your student athlete with one very specific student driver. I also need to know if you don't feel comfortable with that, and then in which case I will prioritize those that don't feel comfortable in the vehicle that I'll be driving. So we want to have as many students that can come along with us on this trip as possible. We've got some fun things planned. It's always a great time. And so we're really looking forward to it. We don't want to exclude anyone that would like to go. And so that's why I so urgently need this feedback from you as parents to make sure that we can still pull this off for everyone that would like to go. Other questions that you might have might involve things like meals and dietary restrictions. It might be things according to like the packing list that I'm providing, which is, hopefully specific enough for everyone, but maybe you have some specific questions about something that's on the packing list, perhaps. Again, the address is listed on the sheet that I've attached to this email. Um, I'm trying to think if there's any other questions that I may be able to address with this. Otherwise, you can reach out to me by phone or by email. Again, my phone number is 602-448-8744. That's my direct line to my personal cell phone. And you can reach me at gilbertschools.net, josh.applebach at gilbertschools.net, or my personal email address, joshapplebach at gmail.com. Sorry. So thank you for your time. And please let me know if there's any way that I can be helpful for you. Looking forward to next week. It's going to be a blast. Thanks.